Yeah, back in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. All right, so Ryan is not here today, so please pray for his family. Please pray. Just when you have a second to think, just pray. But yeah, we got somebody filling in. I'll show you in a second. Make sure you go to trackstars.com for all the latest. Please like, subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook or wherever, just like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you do. But yeah, man. So let me show you who we got today. J Monty in the building. What up?
Man, y'all funny.
What's up, man?
Coolin', man. How y'all boys doing?
Doing good,
Good,
bro.
man. Long time no see, man.
Yeah, it's been a while. I thought we was gonna link up in person, but I know it's a lot going on out here in the world.
You were actually, every time I see somebody, I'm telling them, like, you were actually one of the last people to see the studio. We haven't been there in almost 2 years now.
Real?
Yeah, we've been doing it virtual this whole time. But
Y'all
yeah,
miss
man. So I actually saw J Monty at the Holy Smoke festival, and so yeah, man, you got to come on, bro. So he came on, and it's good to have him, man.
Yeah, big ups, man. Holy Smoke was crazy too, man. Shout out to Indie Tribe, no big deal. Just the leadership that they're exhibiting right now, man. And CHH is like, it's so needed, you know what I'm saying? And not just for Christian hip hop, but for independent artists, man, it's like, it was really encouraging to see that for real, like what can be done, you know, with hard work, consistency. So man, just shout out to the homies.
Yeah,
absolutely, man.
But you know, so funny, J Monty, you like their OG. You know what I'm saying? Like you're their OG in a way of like being on your grind, the whole dealing, going back and forth with the label and music and everything, and they look up to you. Like, I mean, like a lot of those cats on that bill was like either new or like maybe had a couple of years in it, but you've been in this for a minute, man. So for them, they're looking like you're the OG for them.
Yeah, for a lot of the artists that were on the roster for sure. In regard to like No Big Deal, I mean, me and No Big Deal, we like in the same class. I think we started out at the same time. And a lot of our story is kind of like parallel because we both got into major label situations, both had issues with the label, both got out, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, no doubt though, man. But a lot of these young cats, man, they going crazy, man. Like not Clyde, my boy Tori Deshaun, like, bro, yeah. I could go on and on. These dudes are phenomenal, innovative, man, creative. Like, you know, I feel like it don't matter how long anybody been in the game. Like they got certain things about them that I look up to, that I admire. I'm inspired by a lot of what they doing too. You know what I'm saying? So
that's awesome, man. So I guess we can't really talk about what's been going on with you without going over like label stuff, because I'm glad you're here, because so many artists watch this show and you have a perspective and can give them some wisdom before they get to some of the trials you got to. I was signed to a label as well. I wasn't in it as long. I was able to get out like within a year or so, but just got a glimpse of what that can do to your career and to your creativity. Can you give some insight into that process and what's been going on recently with that?
Yeah. I mean, labels are, it's a funny thing, man. If it's all about the people, it's all about the team that you're with and whether or not you trust them. I wouldn't just put a blanket statement out there like never sign to a label.
Yeah.
But I will say that if it's like marriage, man, like would you really marry a woman that you don't know, that you didn't take on a date, not once, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't even meet the parents. You just like, you see her, oh man, she look good. She gonna look good on my arm. Boom, let's get married. You know what I'm saying? And you have no idea if she toxic. You don't know where her you don't know what trauma she dealing with. You don't know what she got to heal from. Y'all get together, bro. It's a disaster. It's straight hell. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it could be a good situation, but again, like we know 50% or more of marriages fail in the church and out the church. So it's kind of the same thing. Like marriage has a bad rap. Like a lot of people in the world right now, like don't get married because they know it's a setup in a lot of ways. The government got their hands on it. Financially, it's you know what I'm saying? It's a scam for some other people. It's the same thing with these labels, man. Other people got their hands in it. It's higher ups that got their hands on it. And if you get involved and you don't do your research and you don't really see if these people's intentions are pure, and I mean that should take you some years. You shouldn't just hop on a deal with a label just because of their name or their reputation. You really got to get to know the people that you're working with. So it can stifle your creativity, just like if you get in a relationship with somebody that you don't know and there's not an equal like your purpose, you two's purpose don't align. That can stifle your creativity. That can stifle, you can feel emasculated, domesticated, all kind of stuff. So it's just very similar to that, man. You find yourself you spent your whole life developing yourself creatively, and you take all of that and you put it in somebody else's hands, and you don't even know if they got the best intentions or if they really like, that's kind of what I'll say. I just say, like, be careful, know who you are, love your. I mean, I heard OGs telling me this before, so I ain't gonna cap. I don't think these kids gonna listen to me, bro. But I ain't listened to the OGs when they was warning me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got decades of examples of artists, not just Christian rappers, but we got decades of artists from Pac to, I mean, we got all kind of artists. Lauryn Hill. I mean, come on, man. Just look at the biggest, most creative artists, the greatest legends of all time, and they'll tell you. I'm pretty sure that Lauryn Hill on the new Nas record was still talking about her frustrations with the industry, bro. These years later, you know what I'm saying?
She was.
She put out like one album, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she's still mad.
Yeah.
Bro, like it's tough, bro. Like, we gotta, at some point though, we do gotta wake up and realize that the strength is in your independence, you know. And yeah, man. So
you seem at peace though. I will say you seem more at peace now than ever.
Boy, what? I have gotten away from a lot of things that had me tied up.
Yeah.
In my youth and my zeal, I lacked a lot of wisdom. Like, I was just on fire for Jesus. I'm just pairing myself up with whatever seems like it is fiery. It equals my fire. But people can manipulate you by mirroring your passion and say, look, I'm just like you. And then you say, oh man, because you don't feel alone. Yeah. Now you know what I'm saying? You're inclined to listen to whatever they say. You feel what I'm saying? So but since I've really got, freed myself up from a lot of that stuff, man, and been able to find other ways to diversify my streams and take care of my kids, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah. Talk about Free Me real quick, man. Great project. I know at one time it was I don't know if you posted about it, like it was up and then it came down and it's back up. What was that like? Like, what was you going through with that? Like, trials and tribulations that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. So, I mean, that's just an extension of, it's just the residue of what I just came out of still latching on to me. There was some creative, intellectual property on that project and God thing that there was some discrepancies on. I thought I had clearance. The intellectual property belonged to the former label that I was actually talking about in the record. So conflict of interest, and they not about to let me succeed or win with their stuff, especially when they hear the rest of my project and see that I'm exposing them. Even though if you really listen to it, I was basically like apologizing to everybody for thinking that it was their fault, and I was taking ownership of what I did wrong. You know, it was really an introspective moment for me, and I was using that to free other people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think that just by default, me putting people's names and then people gonna hear it how they want to hear it.
Yeah.
They shot me down, bro. Like, they didn't just reach for the song that was the problem, they just emailed every single DSP and was like, take the whole album down.
Dang.
The whole project is in error. And so now I'm fighting with their legal team, and I'm fighting with the DSPs to like let them know, like, no, there's just one song. But they wanted to stop my whole situation. They wanted to crush me one more time, you know what I'm saying? So it's just an extension of what I came out of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but I tell you, bro, before my song hit 1,000 streams, they was already emailing me. They legal team. So
Wow.
it ain't even about.
So
it ain't even
they
about.
watching.
Yeah, boom, there you go. That's it. That's all that needed to be said. They watching. Like I barely dropped my album, and they whole legal team was firing off on me. So yeah.
Do you feel like this is crazy because it's like little old me, big old you? Why are you worried about me? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a conversation with my wife about that. Like I was like, I'm independent. You a major label. Why are you caring about, like, what is the problem? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course. And I can't argue with the fact that if I didn't do everything I needed to do to dot my I's, cross my T's, and make sure that I had clearance, that's on me. You know what I'm saying? I gave them the opportunity to do that. Mm-hmm. I can't argue with that. But coming from my whole project, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just you just playing bully ball at that point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So they pulled a song. You had to re-release it.
I had to re-release the whole project.
Like new UPC, new everything. Like it's like a new project.
Nah, it's the same UPC, same codes and everything, but it's now missing a song. And I mean, with it being down for 2 or 3 weeks or however long it was down, the momentum just completely. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't even know it's still back up. I ain't gonna lie. I there's marketing, there are things that I had planned for God thing. There's videos and stuff that I invested in. So for me to pick back up and start, you know what I'm saying, start over with the marketing and everything without that record, which was the single, it was the hottest song on the project. It's kind of defeating, you know what I'm saying? So like, rather than me going back into free me and marketing and telling everybody, hey, it's back up and doing videos and making the most of it, like I'm just trying to move on to the next thing. I got bigger, brighter plans for the future, you know what I'm saying? So
but you know what's so funny, man? I think right now it's not easy to be an artist, but it's so easy to like get distribution. It's easy to like the internet has really eliminated the middleman. You know what I'm saying? Like really eliminated it. So I feel like to still want to be signed right now is really, it's almost, this is horrible to say, but it's almost like saying like, yo, I want to be a slave again. And it's like, and like some people be like, yo, I got off that plantation, I am never going back to that. And some people are like, hey, sign me up for that plantation. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to say it that way.
But what do you do though?
But
like,
it's there.
For real, for a new artist, like you have this opportunity. Would you rather stay independent your whole career and maybe get 10% of what you could get as far as fans and whatever else, right? Or take the gamble on getting signed and the backing, the push, the connections and all that. If it does work out, it could be huge, right? So, but you could get stuck and you could get shelved. Like, what's the trade-off there? How do you know what to do?
You gotta know what you want. If you want 5,000 people at your show, you know what I'm saying? If you want the 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 sold out arenas, you might have to sign to a label. You might, you know what I'm saying? But the gamble there is like, so it's like, how many people do you want to reach? If you want to reach the millions, the masses, okay, we could talk about, say, NF, for example. NF would not have reached all of the people that he reached without that label. Right. Just period. He's talented, he's gifted. That's my homie, you know what I'm saying? But he wouldn't have been able to do that without that machine. You see what I'm saying? So his impact would have had less impact. But he actually, if he would have grinded the same way he's grinded, just independently, he might have more money.
More money, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He might have reached less people, but he might have more money. So you got to ask yourself, like, what do you want? And then of course there's the idea that he could have signed and it might not have worked. So if I'm a brand new artist and I'm independent, I'm asking myself, what do I want? Period. If I got kids, if I got family, if it ain't even not even just kids, but if I got parents to take care of, if I got relatives to take care of, I'm not about to gamble with my career. I'm not about to put it into the hands of a corporation. I'm not doing that. Independently, you can see so much. I mean, at 50,000 followers, if you know how to work your 50,000 followers, you can be making $200,000, $300,000 a year.
Yeah.
Just showing up every day. And taking weekends off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You still got your sabbatical and you could be doing 200, 300,000 a year off of merch, off of shows, 50, 60,000 followers if you know how to make that work. And can't nobody tell me different because I've seen what I've seen with my 20 something thousand. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like if you know how to make it work, you straight. So you gotta add like a few years of hard work plus residuals plus projected growth that we not even adding into this calculation. You'll be a millionaire. You'll be a millionaire 4 or 5 years of hard work. You know what I'm saying? Saving it, put some of that into some stock, into some real estate, into some property, into some crypto if that's your thing. I don't know what's your thing, but if you know how to make it work, get you a financial advisor, you'll be a millionaire with 50,000 followers, 60, 70,000 followers. That's attainable independently. You see what I'm saying? So, and then you got to ask yourself, if I got $500,000 being independent, how can I make that stretch? I can work with that. That's major label budget money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if you independent and you can set those goals for yourself and make it work, bruh, you don't need a label. You can hire a team. You can hire your own label and be the boss.
They're not gonna listen. They're not gonna listen, Jay. That's grown man stuff. That's go through the fire, figure it out for yourself stuff. The people they just don't. They want it quick.
Well, yeah, everybody wants it fast. Everybody wants it quick, and there's always that chance that I'll say this too, man. If you a Christian rapper specifically, watch out for these major labels, man. It's not gonna work. Now, if you wanna sign to Reach, I ain't gonna tell you not to sign to Reach. I'm not gonna say that. If you want to pop buzz as an independent, as a Christian rapper, and Reach is looking at you and you got an opportunity, you can make that work. Just look at KB. You know what I'm saying? Look at what KB was able to accomplish. He's smart though. He had to be smart with what he had and his opportunities. He was very sure to brand his own thing while he was there, to have his own LLCs, he had a separate business that he was running while he was with Reach Records. And so that by the time he left, he was secure. He had everything in the bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
would you have signed to Reach?
Would I have? Well, that's a layered question, bro. I mean, me and Reach got some history, a lot of which I regret because I was a bit of a hothead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, I was going through it. Everybody knows I got a divorce. Now everybody knows what my family went through. That's the stuff that nobody knew I was dealing with at the time. Now it's out and it's been surfaced. But so hey, bro,
you think so? That was just a result of a frustration, you think, or was there truth to that?
Oh no. Well, I don't know if my content was stolen or not. From what I've been told, it wasn't, and I want to believe that. And by this time, I really don't care.
You got enough grace to say whatever at this point.
Yeah, of course. Like love, I forgive, and my apologies, of course, man. Like I deeply regret being such a hothead at the time, but my reaction, I can't say to whether or not it was truth to, but my reaction was definitely a result of me feeling backed in the corner, like as a father about to lose his family and his kid, financial issues as an artist. Like that was the first time that I saw some real money from my creative work. You gotta understand, like I was broke. I couldn't afford to feed my family. I couldn't take care of my wife at the time, my kids. We was living in the hood in Riverdale and we had nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We had nothing. And I gotta watch her go to work every day and bust her butt, you know what I'm saying? And like we struggling. You know what I'm saying? So like I put out this song with this line, I drop a merch company with it, all of that. And overnight I see $10,000. Overnight, I click a button on Instagram and see 10 bands overnight off of my Christian rap. And then a couple weeks later, Big T Dot, Reach Records, big corporation, and I hear my line and I'm like, not this.
Frustrated.
I felt like they were taking my opportunity to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I felt. And what I would just ask anybody who is struggling in the hood with a wife and kids, like, would you stand your ground? You know what I'm saying? Would you, if that's what you thought, and I was wrong and I was lacking wisdom, but if that's what you thought, would you just let somebody take that from you if that's what you thought? If you were convinced in your mind and you was about to lose your whole family and you finally had a chance to take care of them, you gonna fight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm a Christian, but it's still in me. And I tell people all the time, I put this in my music all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, people got to hear my music. Like I tell people, I got issues. I'm a hothead. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a couple cracks in my halo. I try to tell people, like, I got issues. You know what I'm saying?
You do a song called Ghostwriter.
Huh?
Have a song called Ghostwriter.
Have you ghost written for people? Not saying who. I'm just saying, like.
No, when I'm saying you said a hothead, I'm saying Ghostwriter, like the Marvel movie Ghostwriter. He's a.
Oh, I see. I got you. That's a bar. I got you. Yeah. But beyond that, have you been a ghostwriter for artists?
Nah.
Are you allowed to say if you were?
I would be allowed to at least say like that I've done
it. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I have, and maybe not say who because of confidentiality, but no, I haven't. Like I'll be completely honest. Like I might have wrote a hook, you know what I'm saying, for some artists that came out, but I ain't never ghostwrite for nobody. I gotta
find out how you got to this piece, man. Because I remember the times you're talking about. You were actually in the studio one day and talking to us about all this. How did you get here, man? Because like your demeanor is totally different.
Yeah, it is.
It's totally different.
Just a lot of brokenness, you know. Like what I tell, like everything I'm telling y'all, everything I went through. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping on the floor, like losing everything, sleeping on the floor for like 8 months straight, in and out of my car. You know what I'm saying? Just like the stuff. So it's some stuff I can't even talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been super transparent, but it's some stuff that's just too transparent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just went through it. You know what I'm saying? And I think when you been that broken, you just have an opportunity to look back on yourself and say like, man, like this is my fault. And I think that's where the peace comes from. It's just like looking at yourself and like, man, you're the problem this whole time. Wow. You called out a dude because you thought he was stealing from your son. Meanwhile, he lost his forever.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like how stupid could you be? And when you wake up and have that kind of realization, like, man, I was really lacking wisdom, you can start to build from there and you can start to patch your life together. You see what I'm saying? Like
that's big.
That's what I've been doing. Like I've been able to patch my life together. I've been able to rectify certain things that were broken and missing, link things together, create something for myself. And that's a huge part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's a huge part of it. I'll just leave it there.
No, I mean, I'm super proud of you, man. Like that's huge what you're saying. And this is the example that people need to see. You battle through what you battle through, and to be able to get on here today and tell them like, there's the lesson is it's not always everybody else's fault. And even if somebody did something, whatever, there's something about you that God is trying to change. There's something about you that God is molding into somebody better. And I'm really proud to see you here today, man. Like it's amazing what God is doing in you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
So that's dope. I want to, since we talking about lyrics a little bit, I want to kind of get your take on where hip hop is right now. Cause you're a lyricist. Like you obviously take pride in bars and flow patterns and multis and all this kind of stuff, right? do you feel like the hip hop industry cares about that anymore?
I think the hip hop industry definitely does, and it shows in spurts. Like if J. Cole drops, it shuts the whole market down. If Kendrick dropped tomorrow or next Friday, he shut the whole industry down. Jadakiss, Dipset, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they get on verses, everybody, like, bro, it's like, in spurts, it shows that people still care about lyricism. As far as the radio goes, it's just not a market for it in mainstream as much anymore. But you got to look at Toby. You see what I'm saying? Like if you pound the ground, look at Dreamville, look at TDE. Like if you pound the streets with consistency, there's a demographic out there that's huge that will come out in droves to support you. You'll be selling out shows.
Yeah.
Just like these artists that's doing TikTok challenges. You'll still be selling out the shows in the arenas. You might not be on the radio, but it's such an open market. It's free for everybody. Like because of Spotify, we was talking about it earlier. It's so easy to be an independent artist now because of the internet.
Yeah.
It's so easy to find your audience. Well, I ain't gonna say it's easy. You got to put the work. In, but you can find your ear out there. You can find the people whose hearts will be inclined to listening to you. You just gotta pound the ground. You know what I'm saying? So again, mainstream may not favor it anymore, but there's a lot of people who love it and appreciate it.
I just wonder if it gets frustrating because we came from an era where best rapper doesn't necessarily win, but you darn near close, right? You got to be able to write a song too, but best rapper usually wins, right? And it doesn't feel that way anymore. It feels like best. Honestly, I don't even know what. I don't know what the criteria is.
Best social presence.
Yeah.
Person with the most charisma is the one that's gonna win now. And the most hustle and the most grind.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah. I mean, because like I said, we could say I could use Toby as an example again. He'll tell you he's not the best rapper. He'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? And Neff will tell you that too. You know, it'd be like, I'm not the best. It's the consistency. It's the hustle.
Yeah.
It's not about being the best rapper anymore. It's about who works the hardest and who got the craziest mentality. Like I'm a dog. Like I'm not about to switch anything up. I'm a beast. Is it frustrating? I know that if I was born a couple decades earlier, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, I'll tell you that.
But I think the whole. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying I know I wouldn't have to work as hard to get where I dream to be. So, but I also know that pretty much anybody got to work hard unless you get lucky and go viral on TikTok. Pretty much anybody got to work hard, no matter what you're doing now, because of how oversaturated the industry is. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think now it's more of a package. It's more of an artist thing more than just being a rapper or being a lyricist. I think the whole rollout, like we've been talking about Kanye and like his rollout right now has been crazy. Even though he's not dropping the album, you don't know when he's dropping it. You're like, man, this is frustrating. But at the same time, his rollout has been genius. You know what I mean? Like when you go, like people, I've seen videos from it. Everybody like, yo, this is crazy. The music sounds good in the stadium. He's giving you a show. He's literally like doing a tour of an album that's not out yet, but you still in anticipation, like, yo, when is this dude dropping this? You know what I'm saying? And getting frustrated that he's not dropping it. So, I mean, what I'm saying is I think we're in the era of the artist, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like we're in the era of be an artist. What does your merch look like? What is your thinking outside of the box? Just like, I think the days of just saying I'm dope at rapping is over.
Absolutely, bro.
It's over.
Absolutely.
If you on that still, then you're gonna it's that ship has sailed, and you're stuck on that island.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right, bro. Stephen A. I just was listening to Stephen A. He was like talking about Kawhi, and he was saying, I would not give Kawhi I would not give Kawhi a long-term contract.
Can't trust
him. The reason he was saying that is because he's like, yeah, you can't trust him. You don't know if he's gonna suit up or not. You don't know if he's gonna play, if he's gonna be on the bench. And then this key thing he was saying was Kawhi don't promote.
He don't promote the league. That's it.
And it's like, you would think about that like, it's basketball, bro. All you got to do is be good.
Just do your job.
Stephen A is telling you something that's key. It's bigger than just being able to show up and play. It's about being able to sell tickets. It's about numbers. It's about money. Kawhi is boring. He's boring. He can hoop. He can ball. Arguably top 5, top 6, maybe top 7. You know, because it's a lot of talent in the league right now.
Yeah.
But he's definitely goated out here. But Stephen A., who is controversial and says stuff to rile people up, but there's a lot of truth in what he says. That otherwise he wouldn't be where he is telling us that you got to be more than dope on the court to be valuable. You see what I'm saying? So like, and I'll be the first to admit, man, sometimes I could kind of, I've at least thus far, I've been Kawhi out here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Regardless of the reason, I've been injured for a lot of different reasons. It's been a lot of stuff that's taking me off the court. It don't matter why, don't matter who fought it was. Yeah. It's been a lot of reasons that my ACL, you know what I'm saying? My Achilles, you know what I'm saying? I've been on the bench, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been on the bench. I'm not very social. I don't really like being on the internet like that. You know what I'm saying? So, so of course, like if you look at my numbers and my progression, like what you're saying, it's not the era for me to just be good at rapping. It's not.
Yeah.
So, and I'll be the first to admit I got some work to do on that whole artist, the overarching theme of like being an artist. But yeah, back to Kanye, my G, bro, like that dude, the frustration is the marketing.
Yeah.
Everybody, when is it coming out? When is it coming out? He's delaying it to get more people to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's just all it's doing is just like building up the anticipation.
Because even if you mad, you gonna stream it. You gonna listen to it. Even you gonna hate listen to it, but you gonna listen to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, but I see what you're saying. The quiet analogy is genius, but still having that in your bag when you do figure out the marketing piece and the artist piece is such a special weapon, man. Like when people have that all tied in, and they're this artist that just draws attention, and then they could pull out just like a perfect 16. Like it's such a special weapon. So be encouraged, man. Like keep working, because that is never not going to be impressive in my opinion. What you can do, it's always gonna be put you over the top.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate that, bro. For real. I'm definitely gonna I got some stuff up my sleeve, man. And I mean, again, I had a really good run when I was doing Testify.
Man, that was such a big run, man.
Yeah, it was good.
That was such a big run, bro. Like it was a buzz in the air.
There was a buzz in the air, and
there was a buzz in the air.
Because of consistency, it's because it was intact, and it's coming back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It got halted by industry stuff, you know what I'm saying, by the label I was signed to at the time. So but yeah, you know, we gonna get back out here in these streets, man.
Earlier you said something that I think I don't know, we had a lot of people want to catch it. You said if you're a Christian rapper, don't sign to a mainstream label. Why would you feel to say that to somebody who's like, we're getting people now, young Christian rappers, like, yo, such and such offered me a deal. My song is popping. I got on this playlist. They like the song. I'm gonna get a single deal or whatever deal. So what's your advice for like? And I'm not talking about like signing to like God Over Money or Reach or anything like that. I'm talking about like you signing strictly to like Universal or any of these labels. Like talk about that real quick. Like what's the difference of a Christian rapper on a major label?
I would just say the way the industry works is people look at numbers. They look at analytics. They don't bet on faith. They don't bet on chance. We got to move the same way. Faith without works is dead. The works in this case is the analytics, the numbers. Yeah. Look at the examples. No Big Deal is at the top of Christian hip hop right now. And he had an opportunity to sign to a major label, and he did, and it didn't work. But another Christian rapper who detached himself completely from Christian hip hop signed to that same label, and he's huge. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the biggest artists, rappers in the world right now. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? I've signed to a major label. I'm a really gifted Christian rapper. I'm a really talented artist, and it just didn't work. You see what I'm saying? If you want to sign to a major label as a Christian, the type of stuff that you're going to have to do in order to get the exposure necessary is going to cause you to either compromise your convictions or compromise your creativity. Either way, it's just right now, I don't think there's a place for it at the time. I just don't think there's a place for it right now. You know.
Okay. That's good information.
That's good wisdom.
Well, thank you, bro.
Thank you. Yes.
Tell them how to find you. You mean you got a lot of support on the chat already, man, but tell them how to find you, how to support you, and where to get your latest project.
Yeah, man. Everything is J Monty Studios, JMONTY Studios. You can get my music everywhere, J.space.MONTY. Just Free Me is my latest project. So go run the numbers up, man. Reawaken the stream. You know?
Don't run away from that, man. Keep marketing that joint, bro.
Yes,
Don't run away from that, man. You put your hard work into that. So at least give us like a video or two off that project.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll highly consider that, man. As an independent artist, man, you know your budget is limited.
Yeah, that's a no.
I'm looking at the future, man. I am looking at the future because I know I got some stuff that's gonna work real special. But I'll consider it though, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I understand what you're saying, Jeremiah, but I would say build up that next run because people are open to a run from J Monty.
Yeah.
So build up that run. Go on that special run and do a rollout where you have full control. I think that'll be worth the time.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for having me.
Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.